All right, let's do the second page of the study guide. I'm going to start with number 11. Now this one's different than all of the others that we've done so far in that we're going to be solving for an actual variable this time. So we're going to get an actual numerical answer. So I nickname these rearranging the furniture. We're just moving things to other parts of the room. So just as a reminder, in order to move things, we usually have to multiply. So we're going to multiply by the denominator 16r. What we do on one side we have to do to the other, which is where the 16r comes from. Now those are going to cancel, those 16r's are going to cancel, and we'll have 16r times t, which is what I get right here. We take our numerator, which is alone now, equaling it to our right hand side, and then we're going to move things around. Remember, we're solving for m, so we just want to move everything else. It doesn't really matter what they look like. So I'm going to add 9x over. Why? Because it doesn't have an m in it. So I'm going to have it go over to the right hand side. Just as a reminder, 16rt plus 9x can't be added together, so you're not going to get 25 there. RT is not a like term with x, so just keep them separate. It's kind of like a lamp and a couch. You can't really make them into a lamp. So then we're going to divide by 7, and we get the m by itself. Hooray, that's our goal. So then we're going to divide 16rt plus 9x, and we're going to divide it by 7, and that's our answer. Okay? Now 12 and 13 are very similar to what we did on the very first page of the review. So just go through the same process of elimination or isolation, and then divide yourself away so that you can solve for x. Looks like we'll have another fraction answer on that number 13. Now 14 is completely different than we've seen before, but we're going to go ahead and add the like terms as our first step. So 8p plus 7p gives us 15p, minus 19, and 15p plus 14. We're going to go ahead and proceed to isolate. So I'm going to subtract 15p from both sides, but look what happens. The p goes away. 15p minus 15p is 0. So we're left with 14 equals negative 19, which has never been true and will never be true. So because we don't have a variable on this side and we have two numbers and they're not the same, the answer is going to be no solution. All right, 15 is similar to 12 and 13. The only difference here is we have decimals. So when we go in to distribute, our values are going to be decimally. It's not a real word, but I like it. And then we'll proceed just to process our linear equation the same way by subtracting 2.1 and then dividing by 1.4. All right, so I believe you'll be set for those. All right, number 16 is a relative to number 14 in that what you'll find after distributing and then adding like terms is you'll get 7x minus 35 minus 3 equals 4x minus 35. Then you'll get 4x minus 35 equals 4x minus 35. Now at that point you can probably see it. They're exactly the same on both sides. But maybe not. Maybe you're just kind of in your zone and you're proceeding to solve. When you go to subtract the 4x, what happens? It takes out the whole x again, kind of like it did on number 14. But this time you're left with negative 35 equals negative 35, which is a true statement. And if it is a true statement and the numerical values equal each other, all real numbers is your answer. All right, we are on to the fun ones, guys. Who doesn't love a good word problem? Me. All right, 17. Two numbers add to 351. Okay, we don't know what the two numbers are, so we're going to give them variables. X plus y equals 351. And then they tell us that the second one, which we've named y, is equal is 71 bigger than the first. So I'm going to put it y equals x plus 71. Well, now we know what y is. So I wrote a little note here. It says substitute this into the first equation. So I'm going to take this entire piece here and plug it in for y. Why do I do that? because now I have x's. So I'm going to then add like terms. So x plus x is 2x plus 71 equals 351. Go ahead and solve it, subtracting 71 from both sides, and I have 2x equals 280. And then I divide by 2 and x equals 140. Now at that point, we've done a lot of work, so we're like, yes, I'm finished. Except we only know half the answer. X equals 140. So if they want both numbers, make sure to plug the 140 back into the y equals x plus 71 so that you can figure out what y is. So y equals 211. How you doing? Good? Oh, good. There's another one just like that here. Two numbers add to 336. So we set it up the same way as we did number 17. X is 124 bigger than the second. So this time we're substituting in for x and solving accordingly. So you'll just follow the same process as you did with 17 and you'll get your two answers that way. Number 19 is just a different animal. They put it on this page, so we're going to do it. 119 is 18% of what? The key word here is. Is in math means equals. The other key word is of, and that means multiplication. So 119 is or equals, something to remember is you always rewrite the percent to a decimal, okay? And so it's always 2 decimal places over. So 0.18x, since we don't know what is. And then to solve, we're just going to divide by 0.18, and we get 661.1. The magic is there.